Hello, everyone. As you all know, some may not know, I once did rideshare, specifically over 1,500 rides. I'm no longer in the game of that industry. However, had many stories from it. So, five annoying things rideshare passengers need to stop doing. The first thing some rideshare passengers need to stop doing is getting in the back of the vehicle and talking on the phone the entire duration of the trip. And the reason why is because it's just highly distracting. Talking all loud, talking so loud I can hear your business. I know that the client's about to leave the husband. I know that the husband about to leave the wife. I know the parents tired of the kids. This person spent all their money gambling and now they're having issues trying to pay the mortgage and they didn't tell their significant other. All of these things that I've heard, and it's like there's nothing wrong with being on the phone if it's an emergency, but at least if you're gonna be on the phone, like don't be so loud. Like it's okay to use the inside voice. In fact, just tell your mate or tell whoever the individual is that you'll call them when you get out of the Uber or the Lyft. That's just a thought. That's what I would do. I never hopped into a client's car, not a client, excuse me. I never hopped into the driver's car and I was the client in the back seat, just running my mouth. That's just rude. And no one. Plus, I wouldn't want anyone all in my conversation. Another annoying thing that some rideshare passengers need to stop doing, which is backseat driving. I know that's not the actual term, but that's what I'm gonna call it because all of my clients were in the back seat, and they would try to backseat drive. Hey, you should go here. Hey, you can go this way. Listen, listen. I'm sure and I was well versed on the ways to go. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying that to me if it's during rush hour. But if it's not rush hour, just sit back and enjoy the ride. Obviously, I know what I'm doing because I'm doing it. Obviously, you know what I'm doing because you decided to accept me and get in the back of my vehicle as a client. So just be easy, be cool. Just if you're gonna speak about your day or ask me a question about whatever, as long as it's nothing too personal, it's all love, it's all good. That's all I ask. Just for some of the passages, that's all I ask. I know this shouldn't be on the list, but it happened to me more than once, and I'm like asking personal questions because I have a sense of humor. I really do. I have a sense of humor. Now, it's not a gender situation, but the men that got into my car, for the most part, they really didn't ask me no personal questions, or what I deem personal. But the ladies that hopped in my car, they asked me some personal questions, and the questions were so personal. I was like, I had to remember that I'm working. I'm a contractor. That I was a contractor. Excuse me, working for a company. I couldn't just be my authentic self. I couldn't be my authentic self because it could have went left. Even if she would have liked what I said back to her, it still could have went left. She could have liked it so good that when she got out my vehicle, she could have been cold blooded. She could have left a comment, gave me a 5 star, and the comment she left could have been something negative. It could have had me knocked up out of the system. I'm just saying it's possible. If I could just be, if I was able to be my authentic self, and the rideshare apps didn't have it one sided as far as what gets people suspended from the app, then I wouldn't be mad when any ladies asking me personal questions. Because even when I was asked, I wasn't mad. I just was like, I can't. I can't do it. So, until they change the policy, and though I'll never be back doing rideshare, no personal questions. This is another thing that some rideshare passengers need to stop doing. They need to stop casting blame for their situations on other folks and take accountability. Because if they don't, nothing is going to change. How can I say this? Because I've had numerous folks jump into the back seat of my whip, begin telling me about their life situation. I did not ask, they just started sharing. And I'm listening, and they blaming all these other people. I wanted to ask some of those men and some of the women, like, here's a mirror. Like, take a look. But these are all grown folks. Yes, take accountability. Stop blaming everyone else for your reasons. That things ain't going right in the season, the troubles, blaming the days. Just as the great Michael Jackson once said, rest in peace to him. It starts with the man in the mirror. Also the woman in the mirror. So yeah, y'all stop that. That's unbecoming. And finally, rideshare packages, some of you all, excuse me, need to be on time. I'm a generous spirit. I have compassion. I show empathy. So much so that when I was doing rideshare and I got to the destination and I had not received a phone call from the client letting me know where they were, and I did not initially call them. What did I do? I would cut the timer on the app where it gives 5 minutes for the client to come to me before I can choose to cancel. I'll continue to wait and still get paid. Now, most times I waited because I believed in delayed gratification. And I also knew that, hey, I always put myself in the client's shoes like, yo, that could have been me late. But I would at least communicate it. There's nothing worse when you waiting, and no one shows up. It's just like time runs out, like at the end of the game. It's like, man, like, come on, y'all got to do better. Just communicate and be on time. And if you're gonna be late, at least give me a lovely tip. It's only right. Time is money, as they say. Anywho, I just wanted to bring you all this today. The 5 annoying things that rideshare passengers need to stop doing. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a family member. Even tell an enemy. And if you tell an enemy, it's a chance that you and that enemy could become associates or even friends. Also, make sure and click the link below and go and get my book. Also, those that have done rideshare did not do ride and have not done rideshare. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. You could have been a person that currently does ride share from a driver's standpoint, or used to do it, or you can just be a regular client that hops in the back seat and the driver takes you somewhere. Just let me know you all's thoughts. Well, you all continue to have a good day, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.